Hello guys, welcome back once again to Cloud Genius. In this video, I'll be taking you through the Model 5 Challenge Lab, that is migrating database to Amazon RDS. Without wasting much time, let's start with the lab. First of all, to start with the lab, as usual, you click on Start Lab, then you wait for the lab to load. So let's see. Clicking on Start Lab, you wait for the lab to load until it's ready to be tackled. Depending on your internet speed, it might take few minutes. You see, maybe 2, 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, or even five, depending on your internet speed. Mine is ready, so it's indicated here as ready. You can close that and then click on AWS to log in to the console. Now, these are the objectives of the lab. After this lab, this is what we gain. This is what we have to do. You can have time and look at it. This is the architecture diagram. You can also have time and look at it. I've already read a couple of things there, so I have a full understanding of what we are to do. Okay. Okay. So, without wasting much time, let's move on to task one, what we are asked to do. So you can see that one is asking us to create RDS, that is relational database instance. Okay. Okay. So let's start with that. The engine is supposed to be MariaDB. Template is there. Okay. So to do that, go into your search bar, type RDS, then wait for the drop down menu here. Hit on that. Go down till you see create database. Click on that. Leave it on standard creates. And then the engine, choose MariaDB. That is what the lab requires us to do. Okay. So don't forget to choose that. And then we have a look at this. Okay, so MariaDB, that is okay. Let me put this somewhere here. Okay, so MariaDB, and the version for me is okay. If you want latest version, you can also select okay, but the version engine version is okay for me. So the template is dev or development slash testing. DB instance identifier has already been given in the lab, so let's copy that. It is called cafe database. So paste that, and then open online notepad. Okay, open online notepad. Copy the password from the lab. You can see there is a password here. Copy that, put it in the notepad as well, the online notepad. It can be your Google Docs, anything, your Word, wherever you can keep the password. It's okay. I don't want to keep it in my Word, it will create another space. I might forget to delete it. So keeping it here, which is temporary, it's fine. For me, you can choose anything you want to do for yourself. Okay. Okay. So to create the master username is admin. You can see it from this side that the username is admin. Okay. So it's here, it's correct. But we want to give it a password. There is nowhere to put a password. So what you're going to do is just click on self-managed password so that it will give you the option to finally paste what you have already copied and pasted even here. And then confirm the password again for me. Confirm that. Okay, go down. The instance class, DB instance class, choose basketball, and then go on, leave it on general purpose SDD. From 200, change it to 20, and then yeah. So everything is okay here. Leave it on do not create standby instance. Leave everything as default here. Come to the VPC, choose lab VPC, and then that should be fine. Don't give it public access because you don't want the public accessing your database, okay? Because it's a kind of private or personal. So no, the public should not have access to it. And then existing VPC security, clear the default one and then choose DBSG, okay? DBSG, that is database security group. So we have selected that. The availability zone should be the first availability zone. That is what we have selected, and that is what the lab requires for. Scroll down to you see monitoring. Okay. Under the monitoring, you will do something. Then hold on for me. Just give me some few seconds. So scroll down to you see monitoring. That is enhanced monitoring. Put it off for me. If you don't, you might face some challenges. So kindly do what to put it off, and then click on additional configurations. There is no configuration that we have to do again. So what we do is I'm closing this back and then clicking on create a database. We are done with tax one. That's exactly what tax one called us to do. So as we are done with tax one, I'll try and then create tax two, what we are being asked to do. Okay. So yes, that's exactly what we are seeing is creating the database. Okay, so we are analyzing an EC2 instance, an existing EC2 instance. So how do I do that? Let me just duplicate this. I can just click services or AWS and then go to open new link. And then in the search bar, I can type EC2 because the said application has been deployed on an EC2. That is for the tax 2. That's what we are looking at here. You can see it. So with the tax tool, I can type EC2 here, allow it to search, select EC2 from the drop down menu, open it. So let me go to the running instance. Okay, so there's an instance that is running known as cafe server. Okay, so let me open the instance by clicking on instance ID. The instance will open, and then I'll copy the IPv4 public IPv4 address of the instance, which is this. Okay, and then open a new tab like this and then paste it. I want to be sure if the server is running. Okay, it's giving me error in the first place. I don't know if the instance is not running. It's giving me error in the first place. Okay, so let's go back to the instance. Try refreshing this. Try refreshing once again. Let's copy this, go back there, and then slash cafe. Let's try and see if the instance is responding. No, I'm not sure if the instance is responding. Okay, so what can we do for the instance to respond? Let's try to troubleshoot it. If it's not outline the final results here, meaning the server has an issue, the server is not really starting well, or there is something wrong somewhere that we need to do. So what is the simplest thing we can do? Okay, let's do this. Let's try restarting the server. Okay, so let's try restarting the server. You can see it's still not responding. So let's let's just check on the server. If it works, then it's going to work on our. It's still not working. So let's go back to the instance. Go back to the instance and then select the instance. Go to states and then go to reboot instance. Um, Successfully initiated. Okay. So since the instance has been rebooted, let's try to see if the service will now respond. Server is still not responding. What is wrong with this server? Why is it not responding? Okay, so let's try to do this. Jet. No, one, refresh. Okay, so um, let's do this. Let's try to do this. Let's select the instance and then stop the instance for some time. Okay, so let's stop the instance for some time. Okay, so the instance has stopped. Okay, so what are we doing? Let's change the states. Change states to start instance. It has already stopped. So trying to start it again so that we know what is wrong with it. It's supposed to deliver the content. I don't know why the instance has decided not to. Um, so you can see when it start responding, we are going to get a feedback. We will have uh, um, a response from the server. For now, we are not able to reach the server. That is because the server is not responding. The instance is available, but the server is not responding. So once it has been started and stopped again, let's open it up and then let's make sure that the check has been done. Okay, let's make sure that the 2 by 2 check has been done. It's initializing, so let's give it some time. One of the things you must take note of is when you provision an instance, whenever you stop and start the instance, the IP address is going to change. Okay, the IP address is going to change. So you can see that when because we start and stopped or we stopped and start the instance, you can see that our IP address or IPv4 has changed. So let me copy this. See the old one is here. You can see it 4444. Sorry, 44.22. Yeah, so everything is here. Okay. So you can see it. Let's copy the new one. Then let's try to see. Go back to the instance. Do we have our 2 over 2 check? We are still not having the 2 over 2 check. What's up? Okay, So let's start trying to see if we can reach the instance. No. Yes, the instance is reachable. Okay, the instance is reachable. So you see, there was nothing wrong with this IP address. The only difference is that the server was not really responding. Okay, so we had to restart the instance so that I could start the server afresh. Now the server is responding. By what next do we do? Let's see if the actual website itself too will be set cafe. So slash cafe. Let's see, cafe 2 is responsive. Let's see if we can go to others. Others history. No, we are having issues with that. We can go there, others history. Why? Everything is working, but let's see. Okay, fine. Let's leave it there. I'm suspecting that it's it could be that the server. You see, when you look at the architecture diagram from here, when you look at the architecture diagram, you see there was an Apache web server, PHP, and then the cafe application itself. Okay, so um, I'm seeing that it's either the PHP has not started yet. Okay, the PHP has not started yet. So what we will do is let's try focusing on the rest. We try to see if we'll get rid of that along the line. Let's see. So where have we gotten to? After analyzing the instance and doing this thing, okay. So we go to everything systems manager. Okay, good. So after that, you can click anywhere here, go to new tab, and then search systems manager. Okay, let's try to um, use session to log into the systems manager. So we are trying to have an access to the instance through the session manager. Okay, so go down till you see node management. Under the node management, you see session management. That is when you open the systems manager, and then um, well, you see that. Sorry. So it's new now. Click on start session. So start session, and then which server or which instance are you going to use? It's the cafe instance. Okay. So let's start the the session. Now let's try to troubleshoot this before we even go to ChatGPT. Let me look at something. Why not log into this? That should be logged. Okay, so because we are trying to see if we can make the website work, you see it's off again. Okay, so gateway timeout, it's off again. I don't know why it should be off. I did not receive any timely response from the actual server or application. So okay, let's see. It's responding. But for the history and the menu will still not come. Why? Because let's try to see if we can do this on our own. Let's type command to start server on Linux. So let's see if ChatGPT can help us. Okay. Um, so, but you, okay. This would have been simple. We will have issues because we have to now navigate to the part where it is hosting the directory of the PHP file to be started. And that is exactly what they are saying. So you change directory to that part and then PHPS, then 800, that will start it up. Okay. Okay. So what did I even type? Hey, is that what I typed? So let me see. Command to start PHP server on AWS instance through um, through the session manager. Let me see. Okay, start the session. Okay, let's see something. Let's see this something. Um, oh, Control plus. Is that not what you are asking me to do? Okay, so Control minus C. Control. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so let's look at something. Let's see if it's still not responding. Okay, so let's start the session manager again. Okay, let's select okay, no previous. So let's start the session again. Instance ID. So let me put this here. Try to see. As a cloud engineer, anything that you meet, you are supposed to try and work over that to see if you can solve it first before. So let's get the ID. This is the ID. Control plus C. And then it's still moving. So timeout. Don't worry, we know it. Control plus G. Okay. So let me copy this once again. Copy that. Come, paste it here. Go here. I want to get the ID session. Oh no, so if I go that way, I'm not getting the ID. So let me try open it and see if I can get the instance ID. It's right here. Okay, so after you copy it like this, instance ID is copied. And now let me clear all this and then paste it here. Okay, so let it be here. The section is started. Let's go back to the lab. The section started. And let's try to where they run this batch script to be aware of where we are first before I start with what I'm doing. Okay, so go there, copy this controls, then paste that. This is why you also configure your region by running AWS. So copy. Let me paste this to ChatGPT. I want to have an idea of what we have to do. Okay, so copy. I think I'm trying so that we can solve this. I don't know why it should be giving us error by region, your region, by which region, and let me try to see, even though the region is at the top there, I'm trying to see something if maybe so let me start. So region is US East. You can see it here. It's right here. And I'm trying to see if address. Okay. See that. So it's even indicated here that US East. You can see it here. That's US East. Okay. So US East. So let's try to paste that one here too, and then let's see paste, um, copy, copy, and then run the session. And, not connected to the endpoint. So as I said, because it was supposed to connect, but because it's a lab, you see, they are not allowing it to go through the connection to go through. I'm sure it's a stimulated environment, so they are really trying to protect things up and then open it to the airport. Okay, let me give this again to ChatGPT, and then we are supposed to have a way to go about this. Okay. So everything is accurate, and it's here. You can't really have time for it. Like that's don't worry. Let's try to see if maybe we'll get the same answer. It's all fine. It's everything as well. It's all good. Let me clear the screen. Okay. So let me clear the screen and then let's continue. To clear the screen, type clear. That is all. Click enter. And then you are done. Let's continue with the lab. Let's we may know what will happen. So analysis, we are done with that. We have already done this, and then we are checking if the service is running MariaDB. Okay, so control plan. Yes, MariaDB is actively running on the server. So let's see. Let's give a second. That is the only problem we are having. The PHP is not the PHP files that are working. Okay. So we are trying to log into the MySQL since we know that it's responsive. So paste, copy that, paste it, and then sorry, I think we omitted. I think we omitted. Yes, no, didn't. So copy that, paste. So enter password. Go back to the session manager. Go to parameter store. And then go back to you want the password, so click on this. This is the password. Copy and then come back to where they require the password. Paste that. Hit enter. That is it. We are in. Okay. So run a couple of commands that they are asking you to copy this bash script. Run everything in the so paste enter. Okay. So these are scripts that they are asking you to just run to test if you are in the environment. So you can copy that, keep on testing, just yeah, that's it. Okay, it's okay. So we can exit. You can type exit here to get out of the MariaDB cafe. So we are exiting. You can see bye. So we have exited. Let me clear the screen by typing clear, enter. It's gone. So now we are taking dump of this. Cafe with okay. Password. So after we pasted the password here earlier, okay, let's go back to the lab and then scroll through. So, oh, so this is the systems manager password again. We put it here and then we hit enter. Okay, so it's working. When you have this, it means it's working. You can prove that by checking running the following command, or you can run ls to see if it has copied. Okay, so you can do ls dash rt. When you run, you should see this. Okay, cafe down the SQL, so it means it's available. Um, run this cafe, then run this. Okay, command file ls. So sorry. Yes, because we have already run it, so we are trying to select that and cut that, and then okay, so you can see that that is it. Everything has been duplicated and then stored in that. So what again are we doing? We are on task 4. Don't forget that we've been asked to answer certain questions. So let's go back to the lab. If you are not seeing this submit and everything, just refresh the lab. Okay, so click here, click show. It's going to load and then give us access to the work. Um, so it says what started that level. Let me do this first. Go back and see what's no, let's just submit one. I will submit one. One. That's so we are done. Let's move on. So after that, what are we to do? Run on this command. Okay. Let's run the question. Please answer the question. And then what again? We have to establish a connection between that. Okay. Between that and then the endpoint, copy. Okay, there is something we need to do here. So we delete this, paste this here. Okay. Um, there is something we need to do before we do that. If not, we will get an error. So let's go back to the database that we have created. Now it's available. We can see the database is now available. Okay. So let's go to the security group. And now let's go to the security group and then um, let's try to add an inbound rule. I don't want to go in a long way, so add an inbound rule. What are we to do? We are to add an inbound rule to the SSH. We are trying to the connection we are about to do. So this connection, because it's going to happen between Aurora and MariaDB and MySQL, but it's going to use port 3306. So we need to allow port 3306 on that and then allow it to happen and then anywhere IPv4 custom. Okay, sorry, choose custom from here and then select S G. So select this Cafe SG. Okay, select this Cafe SG from this security group and then save that. Good. Now it has been added to it successfully. So let's come back here. Now go back to the um, database again. Go back to the database. Don't forget, go back to the database. And then um, open the database. You see an endpoint. When you open the database, you see an endpoint. You see it here. Copy that. Come back to this place. Take off all these endpoints and then paste it here. And then try connecting. Copy SSH. So let's clear the screen by typing clear. Enter. The screen is cleared. Now let's paste this. Hit enter. It's asking for a password, so let's go back. It's the SSH, sorry, it's the DB password. So what was the DB password? It is this. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I said we should have it saved somewhere here. So let me try to save it here. So let's go back there and then input this password, enter. Okay, you see it's connected because we have allowed the security group in that it has been able to connect. If you don't do it and you try connecting, you have an error. Okay, so take note of that before you try connecting. Now it's connected. So what do we have to do? Um, so you can see it here. This is where we were, and they said we should try connecting. Okay, so they said when we are done connecting, we should get something like this. When we type show database, run show database, then we should get something like this. So when we run show database, we should get something like this. Yes, we are getting it. Exactly what they said we should get is what we are getting. So Yes, it's responsive. Um, it's exactly what we are getting. And then they said we can now exit. Okay, so let's exit that question. I don't think there's any other thing we have to run again. Whenever we want to go into the system, there's something we have to do. So I'll teach you how to go about it. What are you doing next? So what is the next thing? So we are importing the data files. So what we do? So you copy all this once again. Copy. Go back to this your online, and then copy this instance name and everything from the cafe dot this. Copy, then come and paste it here by the endpoint. Make sure it takes the greater than to the less than. Paste that. Copy everything out of here. Copy, then paste it here. Hit enter. It says password. Come back to the password. Copy the password. Go and keep the password in there. Hit enter. You should be in. Okay. So it's successfully in. That is why we didn't have any error. So meaning we have succeeded in. So what I need to do. So just like the first one that we did. Okay. Add my SQL with this, and then so go back here. Don't forget we saved that. So uh, okay, because we have added this to it, so we can't do it like this again. So go back here, copy this. Okay, copy this, and then go back here. It is somewhere here. Come back to the RDS. Copy the endpoints. Go back there, and then paste it here. And copy the whole thing. Copy, give it to that. Um, Copy the password. It will surely ask you, so try and copy before you even go and hit enter. Hit enter. You'll be prompted with the password. You put the password, hit enter. Okay, you are now in again because you have successfully copied it. How will you know that now the instance is on your RDS instance and not. So how will you know that? Don't forget formally when we said show database, it didn't show anything like order and then cafe and those things. But now we have migrated the data successfully. So let's see if we click all those show database and the rest. So now you can see it's even having all that table, order item, products and all those things. You see, let's see, select start from orders. So select all from orders so you can see the orders are here. Everything is showing. Okay, everything is showing. Okay, so what will we do next? So they said we should exit that. Click on exit. Okay, we have exited it successfully. Now what are we to do next? Go back, go down, sorry. Okay, so we are to update these parameters. What again? So after update, which database application and then and then use the HTTP slash then test whether it is internet connection. Okay, so so let's see. Copy. just trying to refresh it to be sure that that is what he's still using, because it is auto assigned. And then where am I? Come back here. And then is that okay? Let me copy this whole thing. Then go try going to the menu and see if it's now working. No, it's still not working. But I'm sure any other place will work. Not with the name. Don't forget we were having issues with it for a very long time. I don't know why. So let's see slash cafe is responsive, but menu is not. This is not. I don't know why it's having that issue, but if you are able to rectify that, then you can let me know. But I don't know why it's facing that issue. It is not because we've been having that issues. I think the server is down. If you are able to do it successfully, yours is able to run with the PHP without giving you any issues. Like I had to go and restart the instance and all that. Then it should be fine. You should be fine with this. You shouldn't have any issue. Let me try to what again? Let's see if I'm done. So, so So you try shutting down with HTTP IP capital. No, it's not. It's not responding. It's not responding. No, it's not responding. That one is not responding in my. So we are trying to shut the system. Now I've copied the last command, so I'm running it. You can see it's redirecting. Okay, so it's redirecting. So then stop. So it's stopping everything. What am I doing? Come back here. Click on submit. So you submit the lab. That is the last thing that we are to do. And then you wait for it to load for some time. Let's see. I don't know what I'm going to score since the PHP didn't show, but let's try to see. The minimum for passing score is 20. So let's see if we can have more than the 20. Okay. Yes, let's see if we can have more than the 20. Let's see if we can have more than the 20. Let's see. So let's try and see. Okay, okay. It's saying it's not done. So let's give it some time. So you can see we had one error. It said the menu page of the new instance is not displaying correctly. So I think what is he saying? Okay, so you can see that that is what it is saying. Yes. So that is what it was saying. So I know we had 22 over 25, which is still fine because the passing marks is between 20, so it's still fine. If you had all, it's okay, it's fine. I'm okay with this. I'm not going to redo the whole lab again. I think unless maybe I have another free time, but for now I'm leaving this. Stay blessed. Thank you for coming up here. Subscribe and then comment. If you also face challenge just like I did, um, let me hear it from you in the comment section. Okay, but the way to go about it is exactly how I did. Just restart the instance. Make sure that you stop and start the instance again. You are going to your website should display fine if you do that. Aside from that, then you have to end the lab and then start afresh again. Thank you all. Thank you for coming. My name is Quentin Joseph. See you next time.